The dishwater hit his face in slow motion. Brown, greasy, humiliating. Sarah's mother-in-law, Patricia Chen, stood above him with the empty bucket, her diamond rings catching the light as everyone at the dinner table erupted in laughter. That's what happens when you show up uninvited, looking like a homeless person, Patricia sneered, her voice dripping with contempt. Michael Torres didn't flinch, didn't wipe his face. He just stood there in his worn Goodwill jeans and threadbare jacket, water dripping onto the Persian rug worth more than most people's cars. His eyes, those dark, knowing eyes, found Sarah's across the mahogany table, and she saw it. The knowing, the waiting, the plan coming together. "Thank you for the hospitality, Mrs. Chen," Michael said quietly, pulling a phone from his pocket. Not just any phone, the latest model, pristine, expensive, completely at odds with his appearance. "I'll remember this evening." He pressed one number, one call, and spoke 6 words that made Sarah's blood freeze. Effective immediately. Terminate all 3 contracts. Richard Chen, Sarah's husband, laughed harder. "Contracts? This guy thinks he's someone important. Did you hear that?" But Sarah wasn't laughing. She was counting the seconds until her perfect world collapsed. Because she knew something they didn't. She knew exactly who Michael Torres had become. And she knew with absolute certainty that revenge was a dish best served cold, calculated, and completely devastating. Please subscribe, turn on your notifications button to get notified on our next story. Tell us where you are watching from. 12 years earlier, Sarah Chen had made a choice. The kind of choice that splits your life into before and after. The kind that haunts your dreams and poisons every achievement. She'd been 21, a Harvard freshman on full scholarship, drunk at a party she shouldn't have attended, driving a car she shouldn't have touched. The pedestrian appeared out of nowhere, or at least, that's what she told herself in the moments after impact. The sound. God, that sound would never leave her. Michael Torres, 17 and driving home from his night shift at a warehouse, saw the accident. Stopped, ran to help, pulled Sarah from the driver's seat because she was having a panic attack, hyperventilating, unable to move. When the police arrived 3 minutes later, Sarah made a decision. She pointed at Michael and said 3 words that destroyed his life. He was driving. The pedestrian died at the hospital. Michael went to juvenile detention, then prison. 5 years, then 7 more when new evidence surfaced. Evidence Sarah's family's lawyers had carefully manufactured. Sarah went to Harvard, graduated summa cum laude, landed a position at Boston's most prestigious law firm, married Richard Chen, whose family owned half of Boston's real estate, had 2 beautiful children, built a life so perfect it belonged in a magazine. 12 years of perfection, built on 12 years of lies. Now, the cream-colored envelope sat on her desk at Morrison and Brightwell, delivered by a courier who'd vanished before her assistant could ask questions. Inside, 1 photograph, 1 message. The photograph showed a teenage boy in a hospital bed, face swollen beyond recognition, tubes everywhere. But Sarah knew those eyes. Even battered and broken, she knew them. "Remember me, Sarah?" Her hands shook so violently she nearly dropped the photo. Her office, with its corner view of Boston Harbor, its awards lining the walls, its $300,000 a year salary, suddenly felt like a prison cell. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She answered without thinking. "Hello, Sarah Chen." The voice was male, calm, cultured. Nothing like the scared teenager from her memory. "I hope you received my photograph. Quite the transformation, wouldn't you say? 12 years does change a person. Prison especially." "Who?" "You know who. You've known from the moment you saw the envelope. I'm giving you 30 days, Sarah. 30 days to feel what I felt. The fear, the helplessness, watching everything you love turn to ashes. And then, on day 31, the truth comes out. All of it. Every lie, every document, every witness I found. And Sarah, I found so many witnesses. Michael, please. Unless," he paused, "unless you do it yourself. Unless you confess. Unless you face what you did. accept the consequences, and finally, give me back the 12 years you stole. That's impossible. I can't. Can't or won't. Here's what's going to happen. Every day for the next 30 days, you'll receive a package. Evidence, witnesses, reminders. By day 30, you'll know exactly what I know. You'll see the cage I lived in, the life I lost, the mother who died of a heart attack from stress while I was locked up, unable to even attend her funeral. Sarah's breath caught. Your mother? I didn't know. You didn't know because you didn't care. But now you will. Now you'll know everything. And on day 30, you'll make a choice. Confess, face justice, and maybe I let your family survive this. Or stay silent, and I destroy everything. Your career, your marriage, your children's future, everything. My children haven't done anything. Neither had I. The line went dead. Sarah sat in her office for 20 minutes, unable to move. Through her glass walls, she could see her colleagues working, laughing, living normal lives. Lives not built on corpses and lies. Her assistant knocked. Ms. Chen, your 4 o'clock is here. Mr. Webb from Webb Consulting. Sarah's blood turned to ice. Webb, Marcus Webb. She pulled up the appointment details with shaking hands. New client. Specifically requested her. Corporate restructuring consultation. She knew. Somehow, she knew this was him. Send him in, she whispered. The man who entered was not Michael Torres. Or rather, he was but transformed. Gone was the frightened teenager. In his place stood a man in a Tom Ford suit that probably cost $5,000. His hair was professionally styled. His shoes were Italian leather. He carried a leather portfolio that screamed wealth and power. But those eyes, those dark, knowing eyes. Ms. Chen, he said, extending a hand. His grip was firm, confident. Marcus Webb, thank you for making time. Sarah couldn't breathe, couldn't think. Mr. Webb, please sit. He did, crossing his legs casually, completely at ease. Like he owned the room. Maybe he did. I'll get straight to it, he said, opening his portfolio. I'm launching a foundation, the Webb Foundation for Criminal Justice Reform. We focus on wrongfully convicted individuals, people sent to prison for crimes they didn't commit, people whose lives were destroyed by perjury, false testimony, and prosecutorial misconduct. He slid a document across her desk. The foundation's mission statement. Her name was highlighted throughout as legal counsel. I need someone who understands the system, someone who knows how innocent people end up in cages, someone with intimate knowledge of how lies become truth in a courtroom. Sarah's voice came out strangled. I specialize in corporate law. Yes, but you have a unique perspective on criminal justice, don't you? He leaned forward. You see, Ms. Chen, our first case is local. A young man, 17 at the time, convicted of vehicular manslaughter, spent 12 years in prison. The evidence was always questionable. The witness testimony suspicious. But he was poor, Hispanic, working class. Easy target. I can't help you, Sarah said. Can't? Or won't? Michael Marcus, whoever he was now, smiled. Let me tell you about this case. The young man, let's call him Miguel. Miguel was driving home from work. Saw an accident. Stopped to help. The driver of the vehicle, a young white woman, college student, clearly intoxicated, was having a panic attack. He pulled her from the driver's seat to help her breathe. Sarah's nails dug into her palms. When police arrived, the woman pointed at Miguel, said he was driving, said he'd been drinking, said he hit the pedestrian. Every word a lie, but she was credible, wealthy family, good school, no record. He was easy to blame. Why are you telling me this? Sarah whispered. Because that woman is now a successful attorney. Junior partner at a prestigious firm. Married well. 2 children. Perfect life. He stood, buttoning his jacket. And in 30 days, unless she confesses, I'm going to hold a press conference and tell the world her name. Show them the evidence. Ruin everything she built on that boy's destroyed life. He walked to the door, then turned. Oh, and Sarah? That was day 1. 29 to go. The next package arrives tomorrow. It's going to be illuminating. He left. Sarah vomited in her office trash can. That night, Sarah couldn't eat, couldn't focus. Richard noticed immediately. "Honey, you're pale. Should I call Dr. Morrison?" "Just work stress," she lied. The lies came so easily now. 12 years of practice. Their Beacon Hill townhouse felt like a museum of her fraud. Every painting, every piece of furniture, every privilege her children enjoyed, all built on Michael Torres's stolen life. 9-year-old Emma was telling a story about school. Something about a friend who'd lied about finishing her homework and got caught. Mrs. Patterson says lying is never okay, even if you're scared. She says it always makes things worse. Sarah's fork clattered to her plate. "Mom, are you okay?" "Fine, sweetheart. Your teacher's very wise." That night, while Richard slept, Sarah pulled out her laptop, searched for Michael Torres. The results made her blood run cold. Released from prison 5 years ago. Then, nothing. No social media. No employment records. No address. He'd vanished completely from public record. But Marcus Webb had an extensive digital footprint. CEO of Webb Consulting, a firm that had quietly acquired dozens of businesses across Boston over the past 3 years. Real estate holdings, tech investments, charitable foundations, net worth estimated at $47 million. Sarah's hands shook as she clicked through article after article. How had a convicted felon with no college education built this in 5 years? Then she found it. A profile in Boston Business Review from 6 months ago. Marcus Webb, the silent architect. The article detailed his rise. Released from prison with nothing, he'd worked 3 jobs simultaneously. Taught himself coding. Built an app that sold for $2 million. Invested every penny. Bought struggling companies, turned them profitable, sold them for enormous returns. Repeated. Compounded. Built an empire. The article quoted him, "Prison teaches you patience. It teaches you to think long-term. I spent 12 years planning exactly what I'd do when I got out. Not revenge, something better. Justice." There was a photograph. Marcus Webb at a charity gala, surrounded by Boston's elite. And in the background, Sarah's heart stopped. Richard's father, Jonathan Chen, patriarch of the Chen family, worth $300 million. The caption, "Webb Consulting announces partnership with Chen Industries." No. Sarah grabbed her phone, fingers shaking as she scrolled through Richard's recent messages. Found one from 2 weeks ago. "Dad's new business partner is impressive. Marcus Webb, self-made. Dad's talking about bringing him into the family business officially. Wants us all to meet him at Sunday dinner." Sunday dinner. 3 days ago. The dinner where Michael had shown up in worn clothes, looking like a homeless person. The dinner where Patricia had dumped dishwater on him. The dinner where he'd made one phone call. Sarah's phone buzzed. New email. No sender name. She opened it with shaking hands. Inside, a video file. She clicked play. Security footage. Time-stamped 12 years ago. The night of the accident. She watched herself stumble out of the party, clearly drunk. Get into her car despite friends trying to stop her. Drive erratically. Hit the pedestrian. Then watched Michael pull over. Run to help. Pull her from the driver's seat because she was hyperventilating. Unable to function. Watched the police arrive. Watched herself point at Michael. The video had audio. "He was driving," her younger self said, voice shaking. "He hit that man. I tried to stop him, but he was drunk. He wouldn't listen." Michael's voice, scared and confused. "What? No, I was just trying to help. She was driving. I saw the whole thing." The officer, "Son, we've got 3 witnesses who saw you behind the wheel." Young Michael, "That's impossible. I swear, I was just..." 3 witnesses, who all happened to be fraternity brothers at the party, who'd seen Sarah's family name and made a choice. The video ended. New text appeared. The evidence. This video was suppressed during the trial. Your family's lawyers paid $50,000 to make it disappear. I found it. I found everything. Tomorrow, the witnesses. Day 3 is going to hurt, Sarah. Almost as much as day 4,382 hurt me. Sarah calculated 4,382 days, 12 years. She ran to the bathroom and vomited until there was nothing left. The next morning, Sarah looked like death. Hadn't slept. Couldn't stop shaking. Richard was worried. Sarah, seriously, you need to see a doctor. This isn't normal. I'm fine, she lied. At work, she couldn't focus. Every phone call could be him. Every email could be another piece of evidence. Every shadow in the hallway could be Michael coming to destroy her. Her assistant knocked at 10 a.m. Ms. Chen, this just arrived for you. Another cream-colored envelope. Inside, photographs. Dozens of them. Michael at 17, smiling at his high school graduation. Michael in prison grays, eyes hollow. Michael's mother at a hearing, sobbing. Michael's mother's obituary. Rosa Maria Torres, 52, died of heart complications. And handwritten at the bottom, she died while I was in prison. Heart attack brought on by stress. I wasn't allowed to attend the funeral. Shackled at the waist, denied permission. Your lie killed her too, Sarah. How many people have to die for your perfect life? Sarah vomited in her office trash can again. At 2 p.m., her phone rang. Private number. Hello, Sarah. Marcus's voice. Calm. Always so calm. How are you feeling? Day 3 is a bit harder, isn't it? Please, Sarah whispered. Please stop. Stop? I haven't even started. Sarah, do you know what prison is like? Let me tell you. I was 17. Scared. Alone. The first night, 3 men held me down. The guards heard me screaming. They walked away. That happened 147 times over 12 years. I counted. Sarah couldn't breathe. I learned to fight, to survive, to become someone else entirely. And you know what I thought about every single day? Not revenge. Not you specifically, but truth. I became obsessed with it. Truth. Justice. Making things right. I'm sorry, Sarah sobbed. I'm so sorry. Are you? Or are you just sorry you got caught? Here's the thing, Sarah. I don't want your apology. I want you to face what you did. I want you to tell your husband, your children, your colleagues. I want you to walk into a police station and confess. I'll lose everything. I lost everything. For the first time, emotion cracked his voice. I lost my mother, my youth, my innocence, my future. You took a boy with dreams and turned him into a convict, into a survivor, into this. Silence. When he spoke again, his voice was controlled. Sunday dinner. At your in-laws. I'll be there as Marcus Webb, your father-in-law's business partner, and you're going to sit across from me and watch me interact with your family, your children, and you're going to understand exactly how much power I have over everything you love. You wouldn't hurt my children. I would never hurt your children. Unlike you, Sarah, I don't destroy innocent people. But I will make you watch as your lies come to light, as your husband learns who you really are, as Emma and Jack understand their mother is a coward who sent an innocent boy to prison to save herself. Please, see you Sunday. Oh, and wear something nice. It's a special dinner. Your father-in-law is announcing a major business deal. Web Consulting is acquiring Chen Industries' real estate division. I now own the company your husband works for. Ironic, isn't it? The line went dead. Sarah spent the week in hell. Each day brought new evidence, new reminders, new proof of what she'd done. Testimony from Michael's cellmate about the abuse he'd endured. Medical records showing 3 broken ribs, a fractured jaw, permanent hearing loss in one ear. Letters Michael had written to his mother, full of hope and faith in a justice system that would eventually clear his name. His mother's death certificate. By Sunday, Sarah could barely function, but she had to go to dinner, had to pretend everything was normal. The Chen family mansion was in Brookline. Sprawling, ostentatious, everything Sarah had once dreamed of. Now it felt like a tomb. Patricia Chen, Richard's mother, greeted them at the door. Sarah, darling, you look terrible. Are you eating enough? Just work stress, Mother Patricia. Well, we have exciting news tonight. Jonathan's business partner is joining us. The Marcus Webb everyone's talking about. Self-made millionaire. So inspiring. Sarah's stomach churned. The family gathered in the dining room. Richard's brother David and his wife Jennifer. Richard's sister Michelle. Emma and Jack, excited to see their cousins. Everyone laughing, drinking expensive wine, completely unaware. Jonathan Chen stood at the head of the table. Before Marcus arrives, I want to share some news. Webb Consulting is acquiring our real estate division for $180 million. Marcus will be joining the Chen Industries board. This is the beginning of a powerful partnership. Everyone applauded. The doorbell rang. Patricia went to answer it. Sarah heard her voice echo through the foyer. Oh my, you must have the wrong address. We're expecting Marcus Webb. His voice, calm, confident. I apologize for my appearance. My car broke down 3 blocks away. I walked here. Sarah's blood ran cold. She knew this was a lie. Knew this was theater. Patricia's laugh was nervous. Well, you look like a homeless person. I can't possibly let you in looking like that. Perhaps you should reschedule. Mother! Jonathan's voice boomed as he walked to the foyer. What's going on? Sarah stood on shaking legs, moving to see. Michael stood in the doorway wearing worn jeans, a threadbare jacket, old sneakers. Exactly like 12 years ago. Exactly like the night Sarah had destroyed him. But his eyes held something terrifying. Control. Power. Patience. Marcus. Jonathan looked confused. What happened? Car trouble. I apologize for my appearance, Mr. Chen. If this is inconvenient. Nonsense. Come in, come in. Patricia, what are you doing? Patricia looked flustered. But Jonathan, he looks like, our guests. He's our guest. Marcus, please. Michael stepped inside. Sarah watched him take in the room. The $40,000 chandelier. The artwork worth more than most houses. The casual display of wealth. His expression never changed. They sat for dinner. Michael was placed directly across from Sarah. Emma, innocent and sweet, smiled at him. Hi, I'm Emma. You're Mr. Webb. I am. Nice to meet you, Emma. Daddy says you're really successful. Did you go to Harvard like my mom? Michael's eyes found Sarah's. No, I went to a different kind of school. One that taught me about patience, about justice, about how one person's lie can destroy another person's entire life. Richard laughed, oblivious. Marcus, you're being modest. David looked you up. You've built an empire in 5 years. That's incredible. Thank you. I had a lot of time to plan. 12 years, actually. 12 years of thinking about exactly what I'd do when I got out. Sarah's fork clattered to her plate. When you got out? Patricia asked. Out of where? Prison. Michael said it casually, like discussing the weather. I was wrongfully convicted at 17. Spent 12 years inside for a crime I didn't commit. The table went silent. Wrongfully convicted? Jonathan set down his wine glass. Marcus, I had no idea. That's terrible. It was. The woman who actually committed the crime lied. Said I was driving. Said I was drunk. Sent me away so she could preserve her scholarship, her future. She went to Harvard, actually. His eyes never left Sarah. Built a perfect life on top of that lie. Sarah couldn't breathe. That's horrible, Jennifer said. Did they ever catch her? The woman who lied. Oh, I know exactly who she is, Michael said. I've known for years. And soon everyone else will too. Well, I hope she rots in prison, Patricia declared. People like that deserve everything they get. Michael smiled. It was terrifying. Interesting you should say that, Mrs. Chen. Because I've been thinking a lot about justice lately. About what people deserve. About whether someone who's built a life on lies deserves to keep that life. Of course not, Patricia scoffed. Such people deserve to have everything taken from them. Everything, Michael asked. Their career, their family, their children's respect. Absolutely. Patricia was warming to her subject. I have no sympathy for liars. None whatsoever. Mother, perhaps we should change the subject, Richard said uncomfortably. No, I find this fascinating, Michael said. Tell me, Mrs. Chen, if you discovered that someone at this table had done something like that, would you show them mercy? Or would you do everything in your power to destroy them? I'd destroy them, Patricia said firmly, without hesitation. Interesting. Michael took a sip of wine. Very interesting. The rest of dinner was agony. Michael played his role perfectly, charming, humble, inspiring. Told sanitized stories about prison that made everyone gasp and sympathize. Discussed business with Jonathan. Joked with David. Complimented the food. And through it all, his eyes kept finding Sarah's. Reminding her. Warning her. After dinner, as everyone moved to the sitting room for dessert, Patricia noticed Michael examining his phone. Is something wrong? She asked. Just checking the weather. I have a 3-block walk back to my car, and it looks like rain. Patricia laughed. Marcus, honestly, you're wearing rags and you're worried about rain? Surely you can afford an Uber. Mother. Richard looked mortified, but Patricia was on a roll. I'm just saying, he's supposed to be a millionaire, and he shows up looking like he's begging for change. It's embarrassing. Patricia, Jonathan started. No, it's fine, Michael said calmly. Mrs. Chen is right. I do look unfortunate. Perhaps I should go. Without dessert? Patricia scoffed. Here. And then it happened. Patricia picked up the bucket of dirty dishwater from the kitchen. The staff had just been cleaning, and before anyone could stop her, she dumped it over Michael's head. The room froze. Dirty, greasy water ran down Michael's face, soaking his worn clothes, pooling on the expensive rug. Patricia laughed. That's what you get for showing up to a Chen dinner looking like a homeless person. David laughed nervously. Jennifer gasped. Richard stood, mortified. Jonathan looked ready to have a stroke. Emma and Jack looked confused and scared. Sarah wanted to die. Michael stood there, water dripping, and smiled. Thank you for the hospitality, Mrs. Chen, he said quietly. Then he pulled out his phone. Not the cheap phone he'd been using. A different phone. Expensive. Brand new. He dialed one number. Put it on speaker. A woman's voice answered. Web Consulting Legal Department. Susan, it's Marcus. Execute Order 773 immediately. Confirming. Terminate all Chen family employment contracts with web-owned subsidiaries? Confirmed. Richard Chen, David Chen, Michelle Chen. Effective immediately. Security will escort them from their offices tomorrow morning. Sarah's world tilted. Marcus, what? Jonathan started. But Michael was already making a second call. Web acquisitions. Cancel the Chen Industries deal. All of it. $0. We're pulling out entirely. Confirmed, Mr. Webb. Do you want us to release a statement? Yes. Web Consulting has ended all business relationships with Chen Industries due to irreconcilable differences in values and ethics. Send it to every news outlet in Boston. He ended the call. Looked at Patricia. You said people who lie deserve to have everything taken from them. I agree, but I'm not the liar in this room. I never was. He turned to Sarah. Tell them, he said quietly. Tell them what you did 12 years ago. Tell them why I spent 12 years in prison. Tell them the truth. Sarah couldn't speak, couldn't breathe, couldn't move. Sarah? Richard's voice was confused. What is he talking about? Michael never broke eye contact with her. You have 1 minute to confess. After that, I make one more phone call to every news outlet in Boston. And by tomorrow morning, everyone will know what you did. Your law firm will fire you. Your husband will leave you. Your children will grow up knowing their mother destroyed an innocent boy's life to save herself. Sarah. Richard's voice was louder now, scared. What is he talking about? Tears ran down Sarah's face. Tell them, Michael said, or I will. Chapter 6. The Confession. The words came out broken, halting, devastating. 12 years ago, Sarah whispered. I was drunk. I was driving. I hit someone. He died. The room was silent except for her sobbing. Michael stopped to help me. I was having a panic attack. He pulled me out of the car. And when the police came, I told them he was driving. You what? Richard's voice was strangled. I was scared. I was on scholarship. I had everything ahead of me and I was terrified and I pointed at him and I said he was driving and I couldn't take it back. I couldn't. You sent an innocent man to prison? Patricia's voice was barely audible. For 12 years, Michael said quietly. I was 17. I lost everything. My freedom. My mother. She died of a heart attack while I was inside, from the stress. I wasn't even allowed to attend her funeral. Jonathan sank into a chair, face ashen. Sarah, tell me this isn't true. But she couldn't lie anymore. She just sobbed. Richard stood frozen, staring at his wife like he'd never seen her before. Our entire life, everything we have, it's built on this? Richard, please, don't. His voice was ice. Don't touch me. Don't speak to me. Emma was crying. Mommy, you sent that man to prison, but he didn't do anything? I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Why? Emma's voice broke. Why would you do that? Sarah had no answer. No excuse. Nothing. Watch out for part 2.